What's going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we are going to be checking out Wave 2 of the Turtles of Greyskull, Raphael, and Shredder. Now, like I stated in the previous videos or my reviews of these, I'm just only focusing on the turtle side of things. You know, I don't really, not all that interested in the He-Man side of stuff, but the turtle side of things I am. So this is pretty much all you're going to get when it comes to these reviews of this particular line is just the turtle side of stuff. So for those who are watching hoping to see the He-Man side of things, I'm sorry, this probably isn't for you. So hopefully that you'll stick around and enjoy the turtle side of stuff. So this is like the only thing that I'm really interested in when it comes to this particular line. But anyways, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first one we're going to start off is Raphael. So it's pretty much your standard Turtles of Greyskull packaging with Turtles of Greyskull logo in the middle. You got He-Man on the left hand corner, and then you got Leo on the right hand corner. And then you have Raphael, and then below it says Hard-Headed Size Specialist. And then you have the figure in the middle with all the accessories, and then you got a comic book behind it, and then you got the Masters of the Universe logo right there, and then Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo right there, and then you have the Mattel logo right there at the bottom right hand corner. And then as far as the card back goes, you know, it's just basically your typical style exploding background. So whatever background they have, you know, it's coming out the exploding rocks. So we'll take a look at that once we open this guy up. Then here on the back of things, here we got let's get this back a little bit. So we got the artwork on the back. I keep the card back just specifically because of the artwork. And of course, you know, you got the Masters of the Universe logo there, and then the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there on top of the right hand corner. And then here on the artwork, you know, you got Raphael battling Slacker, or Slaker, however you want to call it, in this part of Snake Mountain right there. And then you got Skeletor along with Shredder. And then you got a couple of flying creatures right there in the background. And of course it says it includes comic books. Then if you want to pause and read that, you may. And then here we pretty much got the instructions. You know, it comes with a removable Ram Man helmet. And then here's the other figures in the line, Ram Man and Beast Man. I don't particularly care for this Beast Man with the samurai-esque looking style gear. Ram Man, I'm actually pretty interested in that. I might pick him up because apparently he's a villain in this particular line. You know, this is one of Crane's creation, so he might be added to the Krang army stuff. So, but yeah, it's a cross sell of all the figures of this particular wave in Wave 2. And then here's all the information, you know, copyright and all that stuff. All right, so when we do Shredder, we'll just do the front, you know, but we won't go through the whole thing when it comes to the packaging when we get to Shredder. All right, let's go ahead and open up Raphael and take a closer look at him. All right, so we finally opened everything up, and so here's Raphael in his plastic prison, and then here is the instructions that let you know that what's highlighted in dark is the removable parts that you can do for your swappage. And then here is the comic book that comes with this particular wave, Belly of the Beast Man. So we'll have to look at here on the back of it. It's just the cross sell of all the figures that come with it. And so here's all the artwork and stuff. So pretty cool. Once I collect everything, I won't read all the stuff. So alright, so let's go ahead and take Raphael out of this thing. Alright, so we got Raphael out of its packaging. And so these are the two main accessories that it comes with. So we'll go ahead and move him out the way, and we'll take a look at the accessories first. So this is what goes over the hand. So it's basically a large sai, and here is the blade right here. There's the side blades right there, and then here is where the fist is, where you can plug in where the fist. You can tell it's a turtle hand right there. And I do like it's in silver, and it's got the red wrapping around it right there, so that's pretty cool. It's a nice touch. And there's the inside of it right there, you can see. And I do like the fact that that this is curved like a knife or a claw. Why they have the blade here on top, I don't know. You figure that would be at the bottom, but I mean, I get it. I get it for the design purposes. So, very cool. And then here is his main side, the large, elongated side. It's more like a sword than anything. Kind of like Sword of Omens, you know. Now, I do know that Thundercats and Masters will be coming together as well, so I wonder if they would use this accessory as part of Lion-O's Sword of Omens. Wouldn't doubt it, you know. But, yeah. But that's very cool. So I do like that. Very elongated, large. You know, the regular size should be like half the size of that. But, yeah, it's more like a sword-esque looking thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and move the accessories aside, and let's go ahead and bring Raphael in here. So, if you watched my last review with Leo and Donnie, I was able to take apart all the stuff. So it looked like the body type is kind of like a Battletoads, you know, with everything, the shield off and everything. So, so as far as aesthetics goes, really good. You know, it's not as heavy suited as I'd say like Donnie is, because Donnie had a lot of shit. He really did. But as far as coloration, this is Raphael. You know, you could tell just because you get the red shoulder pads there, the red gauntlets right there on the side, the boots. You know, as far as the brown wrapping here at the bottom, a tunic here that's in the front, and here's his armor right there. So it's very cool. And they said you could take this off, so that's very cool. I do like the fact that they used the Ram Man's helmet. It looks really cool. I like the fact that they made it more turtle-esque, you know. And so then they have the red paint right there for the shell. And then here is the shoulder pads here. And then here, I think you could probably store one of the accessories, that big old long sword-looking side thing right there. So you just slide that in there. Yeah, that looks great. Yep, there you go. And then yeah, pretty much it as far as the stuff goes is aesthetics. You know, very well done. I do like the face, you know. And then you got the elongated bandana per se. And so here is this shell. So I wonder if this, yeah, it does come off. So he could use this as a shield like all the other turtles can. And so, yep, very cool. All right, so for those who are wondering, can you take this stuff off? Yes, you can. So you basically would pop off the head, and then this would just lift up. So yeah, you could take that off, you know. And then, like I said, the body is kind of like if you really look at it, without his shell on and stuff, all the stuff, if you stripped him down, he'd be more like a Battletoad, just because of the body type, you know, because it kind of reminds me of Battletoads and everything. So All right, so let's go ahead. I do like the fact that they was able to make these red, and then they kept that there, the buckle right there. So it's pretty cool. And then this is the shoulder pads. So I like the fact that they was able to have that up there, and wouldn't be able to get much movement, So we'll just go and be careful with this because I think the more you take it off, this is the way it's curved. When you put it down, it will scrape. It will scrape the front of it, the shell in the front. So just be careful with that when you're putting that on there. So over time, I'm pretty sure it will just the more you pull it on and off, I think it would just scrape the body. So yeah, so there you go. And then there we have it. All right, so let's get Raphael. Well, I'm pretty sure you're going to want articulation. So, so this is basically your origin style figure. So if you have origins, you know how they articulate. So basically the head, without this thing, you can't move around too much. So the head looks down, looks back a little bit because that's hitting that. So you would literally have to take this off if you wanted to have his head tilted back further. So, and then here the shoulders can't really go up because it's being blocked by this thing and the little armor shoulder pad right there. And then of course this one can go all the way out. It's on a hinge right there. So then forwards, backwards. Can't do a whole lot of movement because of the main shoulder pads. And then of course the arms are on a ball and hinge right there. It's swivel or hinge and swivel, not ball. And then of course the hinge and swivel here, the hands. So, but these hands can pop out and stuff. So you got the range of movements there, and then of course rotation at the waist. You can pop this off, and then you can remove his tunic. And then he's got that He-Man style pants, underwear, whatever you want to call it, the fur. So right there. And then of course your basic origins leg articulation. They don't come with a rubber band or anything like that, like the OGs do. And so then you got the hinge and swivel at the knee, and then you got the hinge at the ankle, and then you got the rocker. So yeah, so that's basic. And these come off too, so you can swap out the feet if you wanted to. All right, so let's go ahead and do some comparisons. All right, so comparisons with the vintage OG Raphael. And you could tell that went from a regular turtle to a superhuman-sized turtle He-Man figure. And then another comparison I thought was really cool is Goldberg, because you could tell that Raphael is the Ram Man of the group, and Goldberg is the Ram Man of the WW Eternia universe. So, yeah. So I do like the helmet comparisons. So it's very cool with the shoulder pads, the main pads and accessories and and everything. So very cool comparison. And you can't have a comparisons without showing off the other brothers. All right, and next up we have Shredder. So this is your basic style of excuse me, Turtles of Greyskull packaging, like mentioned before. And so the only thing that's different is the figure itself, and you got Shredder, the evil masters of ninjutsu. So then here on the back, pretty much the same stuff, but the only difference is the artwork. So you got Shredder versus Splinter. Let's see, what they call him? Splinter Skull. I think that's what they call him. And we will do a review on that figure when the time comes. And so if you want to pause and read that, you may. And so then here is the accessories, how you can fit the accessories in his hands. And of course, again, here's the cross sell for all the figures. All right, so let's go ahead and open Shredder up and take him out of its packaging. All right, so we got him out of the packaging, and of course, it comes with the comic book and also the instructions to let you know what parts are swappable on this figure. Alright, so here is Shredder out of its packaging, so let's take some time to get them all the way out. Alright, so Shredhead is out of its packaging, and I really do like this figure. Originally when I first found out about this line, I wasn't all the way in, because simple fact that I wanted to get Shredder and Krang and maybe the Turtles, and that's it. I didn't want to go all in on the line when it came to other characters, but lo and behold, once I got them in hand and saw them in person and stuff, that was a whole new world for me. So I'm really glad it did. So let's go ahead and move Shredder out the way real quick and take a look at his accessories. And of course, he's got this big ass silver axe. The only thing I wish they would have made this handle right here kind of like brown, had that little brown paint right there. But everything else, would have been fine. Maybe a little gold around here, would have been a nice, cool little touch. But hey, it is what it is. But this axe is really cool. I really do like the details of this. The design, it's just great. And then, of course, you have the evil horde crossbow thingy, so that's a nice little touch there too. So very cool. And yeah, so it's just pretty much a reused part with a different color. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in Shredhead. Let's move the accessories aside real quick. Let's take a closer look at them. I do like the fact that they left this hand the way it is, kind of like, in my opinion, I don't know if that's what they were going for, but in my opinion, I do like the fact that they left this hand open like that, kind of like a homage to the original Playmates, and it looks like he was coming apart. But I thought that was really cool. Nice touch right there. But then again, you would have to kind of like have that, because it's in order to put that crossbow there, but it is what it is, But I do like the fact that they left it like that, and I do like the helmet, the head sculpt, with the beady red eyes right there. So very nice touch right there. The details there on the side, so very cool in the back, and yeah. So this is a very nice figure when it comes to the head sculpt, and I like that they let this purple, kind of like homage to the foot. It's like a foot soldier, with the Skeletor touch to it. So basically, he's like the Skeletor of the group. And then got the silver shoulder blades right there, and then the forearm blades right there, and then the wrist gauntlets right there, and of course the forearm gauntlets with the blades, like I said before, and so. Very cool. And his pants and drawers are all black, as it should be. And then you got the silver ankle guards right there, the blades. I do like the fact that they gave him Skeletor's feet. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. And then as far as the cape goes, I like the texturing of this. Should have been like a cloth cape, but I get why they gave him this style of cape. But in the same time, I'm kind of glad they didn't give him a cloth cape, because it'd be one of those real thin, flimsy, see-through cloths, that could rip over time. This is more of a thick, a vinyl, plastic, so it makes more sense this way. That way it lasts longer. So I do like the texturing and the detail of it. So overall, Shredder's a great looking figure. I really do like this a lot. And of course, if you wanted to take off his thing, you just unclip it back, and everything. So, and of course, you can't. His helmet is not removable, so you won't be able to get all that good stuff, the head sculpt and all that. Which would be cool if they did make a Rokosaki figure in a He-Man style, you know. But if you wanted to, you could strip all this stuff off. He'd just be a regular human. But I'm looking forward to is I wonder if they're going to do a foot soldier. You know, that's what I'm curious. So, anyways, they should. I mean, they're going all out with everything else. You know, He-Man Turtles style stuff. So, but yeah, overall, I mean, it looks kind of plain, but the aesthetic and the look and the presence is there, you know, makes up for it. So he's just got a lot of armor that, you know, that's removable, you know. So, anyways, so the head sculpt, you know, just like your origin style figure, you know, is up and down. So he's got a lot of range of movement. He can look up, he can look down, you know, he's got nothing that's going to hinder his head movement, you know. So a lot of posability right there. And then, of course, you know, you got the hinge at the shoulders, you know, the ball and hinge. So it's actually pretty good range considering the fact that, you know, you have these on there. So it allows them, of course, you know, these are soft pliable plastic, you know, so ball and hinge, forwards, backwards. And then, of course, you got the hinge and rotation at the elbow. And then the wrist movement, the hinge and the rotation at the wrist. And then, you know, you got your waist, what the hell is a waist articulation. Of course, you know, you can take this off, you know, swap them out. And then, of course, you know, your He-Man style origins leg articulation. So, forwards, backwards, you know, and all that. And then you got the knees right there, and then knees at the, you know, the hinge at the knees, rotation, and then you got the hinge at the ankle, and then you got the rotating there, get the hinge at the feet right there. So very cool, great looking figure, love it. All right, so let's go ahead and suit him up with his gear and do some comparisons. All right, so I've got him geared up a little bit. So here is his axe, and then want to be careful when you want to display him with this, and when you pull that off, you know, when you put the clamp down there, you need to be careful with the paint because that's a really nice purple paint right there. So I could tell that if you're not careful and if you're just trying to cram that thing on, you know, you'll chip all that off. You know, I can see it happening. And of course, you know, my wrist right there is kind of splitting a little bit right there. Get the little extra plastic right there. So yours may vary, but, you know, just be careful for that as well. So I think I'm just going to not display him with this. Even though this is a cool weapon, I think I'm just going to display him with that and not with this thing. All right, so we got a couple of fun comparisons, you know, with the original OGs of the line. You got the original 88 Shredder next to it, and then along with the movie Super Shredder, which I think is really cool. So you could probably use those canisters that come with the movie Turtles. You know, if you have them, they're vintage movie Turtles. If you have those, you could probably use those to replace in Shredder's hand. You know, with the open style palm, that is. You know, you would have to. You have to flip the wrist around just so you can be able to set it in there. So I think that'd be a cool little display thing if you wanted to do that. And then here is a fun comparison with Triple H from the WWE Masters of Greyskull, or what is the toy line? The Masters of the WWE Universe. So. But yeah, they go hand in hand, and it looks like Shredder's a little bit bigger than Triple H, even though it's the origin style figures and stuff. It just seems like with all the extra gear on them, it looks a little bit larger, you know. But they complement each other well. I do like it. I do like how they are side by side. And then, of course, you can't have Shredder without Krang. And so that's my review of this Wave 2 with Shredder and Raphael. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did filming it. And let me know in the comments below what you think of this set. And don't forget, where's the wisdom? Buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.